Hello and welcome to the Vegan Corner. Here you have our first recipe for a delicious fat-free vegan stew, which in this case is a mushroom and potato one. This is by far the best stew we have ever had the pleasure to try, and hopefully you will enjoy the preparation and give it a try yourself to confirm that this one really is an extraordinary dish. The ingredient list can be found in the description below the video, as usual. To begin with, let's start by chopping some vegetables. First, the garlic into thin slices unless you have other preferred shapes. Then, slice some ginger and chop it as finely as possible. Next up are the tomatoes, which should be cut into small pieces. We are using cherry tomatoes here, and cutting them into 12 parts seems to be just right for the task. If using larger tomatoes, make sure to adjust the size. For the mushrooms, simply dice them into big chunks. Make sure not to cut them too small, as they have a high water content and they will end up very small once cooked, and you surely don't want to lose their amazing crunchy texture. Now simply peel and dice the potatoes. A good size is roughly half an inch, or a little more of a centimeter if you live on our side of the pond. For this recipe, make sure to use waxy salad potatoes, as if you use the ones for baking, the floury ones, there is a chance that they will completely break apart during the first 15 minutes of the cooking process, and you'll end up with a soup, which is not necessarily what we want to see at the end of the recipe. And finally, let's start cooking this terrific stew. Take your favorite pot, add in some of your favorite local organic fat-free oil, which is once again water, and turn on the heat to medium. Dip in the ginger, the garlic and the mustard seeds and stir well to combine. Bring the liquid to a boil and cook the ingredients until they are soft and translucent. Now add the chopped tomatoes and cook them until they soften a bit, roughly 4 or 5 minutes. Now add the mushrooms, the paprika, some pepper and stir to combine the ingredients. Cook for another 5 minutes, making sure to keep an eye on the pot and to stir frequently, as we really don't want the ingredients to start catching to the pan. Once the time has elapsed, add the potatoes and stir. Now add the tomato sauce, the water, or stock if you prefer, and stir again to properly combine all the ingredients together. Now bring the liquid to a boil, cover the pot with a lid and lower the heat to the minimum so that the mixture simmers just lightly. Cook the ingredients for 15 minutes over the lowest heat, and in this case, there is really no need for your eyes to remain glued to the pot, so you can sit back and relax, knowing full well that a magical stew is cooking. Once the time has elapsed, throw in the peas and increase the heat to medium. Cook the stew for another 10 minutes so that the potatoes have the time to properly cook and the liquid to reduce, hence thickening the stew. If you prefer your stew to be thick, you have two options. The first is to cook it for another 5 minutes to reduce it even more. The other is to willingly crush a few of the potatoes with a fork, releasing some of their starch and naturally thickening the sauce. Taste-wise, it makes no difference, your choice. And this is the final piping hot stew, ready to be enjoyed during one of those cold days. As we head towards winter, I'm sure you know the feeling pretty well. Unless of course you are one of those people who live in a place where the sun shines all year long. And if that is the case, I think I hate you. The woody notes of the mushrooms perfectly blend with the flavor of the potatoes, and with the added kick of umami from the peas, seriously, you are in for a real treat. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed watching it, please give it a thumbs up before moving on. Thanks and speak to you soon.